goodness, I'm so excited. Had an amazing opportunity yesterday and last week. One day last week and yesterday also at the Jackson County Middle School, which is a public school. I was invited both days to speak about the wells, which is amazing to me in this day and time that you're invited, because it was up front and it was known up front that I would speak about God. You can't talk about the wells without talking about God. It's not possible. So it was understood before I even agreed to go that I would talk about what God's doing. And I did. And there was over 100 kids there yesterday. I spoke to the fourth graders, and probably a combination of fourth and fifth. I'm not sure. There was a bunch. And then last week, I spoke to the 7th/8th graders. So they were so good. They were so good. They were interested. They asked questions, and we actually ran out of time. I had to cut them off. They were asking so many questions. But the thing that's important is that we plant a seed.
Yes.
We plant a seed. And I told them, regardless of what's going on in this old hateful world right now, the discouragement that we face, there are good things happening.
Yes.
And that they can make a difference. Like, being one person doesn't matter. One person in a small county, you can grow up and you can do big things as long as God's involved in that. So it was been a great encouragement. And the wells I just finished, we've got one more. I think we've got 2 to dedicate and 1 more to finish, and then the dedication. And I think we're topping out somewhere in the 90s now. And the amount of wells. So God is really, really blessing. The Bible distribution is going great. I don't know how long it's been since I talked to you guys about that, but I'm keeping Joshua busy. We're having VBS. He just had a day-long VBS this week with street children. And we fed them and done, they give them study literature. And I'm not sure, I think there was 20 or 30 street children. And then we did VBS with an orphanage that has 20 children. And we were able to buy them new lunch boxes, backpacks, Bible workbooks, and things that they needed that they did not have. So we were able also to feed them a good meal at the orphanage. So it's been a busy time, but a great time. We also have another VBS coming up soon in one of the villages in Commodore, which we help frequently, which is near and dear to Joshua's heart. So y'all keep that in prayer, because there's going to be over 100 kids coming to this one. So we've got lots going on, keeping me busy, and I'm just thankful to God.
Yes.
Thankful to God for every bit of it. I came over here this morning and I was listening to Christian music all the way, and I was thinking how blessed we are to live in the U.S. We get to go to church if we want to come, without persecution, without issues. We don't have to worry about hiding our Bibles. And I'm just thankful. I was telling the kids yesterday just how blessed we really, really are, that we're able to get up in the morning and have a hot shower, have clean clothes, and have food. It's just such a blessing that we take for granted.
Yes.
We take it for granted. There's so many people in the world who do not have that luxury, and it really is a luxury. Can I see your book?
What about the little girl that bought the well?
The teacher, it's in progress.
Oh, it is?
Yes,
Oh,
we've got it drilled. We are waiting on, Pastor Raju is having the plaque made, and it will be dedicated probably either by the end of this week or the beginning of next week. Yeah, after I spoke to the kids at school last week, the reason I was invited is because the kids are doing a project at school raising money for Sudan, for doing wells in the Sudan. People all over the world need fresh water. So they could not get the connection they have there in Sudan lined up. So they asked me to come because I do a similar project, except it's in India, but it's the same need everywhere. And after I spoke to the kids, and it was really, really, really good. The kids were so attentive. I just couldn't brag on them enough. Because these days, kids are so occupied with electronic devices and their minds are full, and it's hard, it really is hard sometimes to keep their attention. But you know, I prayed before I went, and I said, Lord, please help me. Help me to speak and say something that will grasp their little hearts. And you know, that was the sweetest time. And after that was over, speaking to the 7th and 8th graders, one of the teachers came up to me, and I don't know if she's religious or not, because doing the plaque, I told her, you know, you can have put on the plaque whatever you like, a favorite Bible verse, you know, etc., like we always do. And she never has mentioned God or religion to me. But she was so moved. She came up to me and handed me a check to do a well, right there in the school. So, God is doing great things, guys. We're discouraged, and I know it's easy to get that way. I don't watch the news, and that's the reason I don't watch the news. It's because it's all discouraging. The world tries to hold us down. They try to keep us silent.
Yes.
And I don't know if you guys are aware of all the protesting going on about the Supreme Court case. You know, now they're one of the judges that's really upholding, trying to get the Roe v. Wade turned. They're protesting now in front of his house, screaming. So I prayed for him this morning. So you guys pray for these Supreme Court judges that God will give them a backbone to stand. Can you imagine being in your home and having people screaming outside your house in the night? It's unbelievable what's happening. And I told Buzz, I said, I never thought I'd live to see the day in America where women are literally screaming at the top of their lungs to kill their babies. It's the most insane thing. But you know, God is still in control, and He can overturn that.
Yes.
With